Have you ever wondered how South Asian scholars regarded the resistance against European colonial powers centuries before modern history books? Today, on Mehfil with Shah, we are uncovering one of the most remarkable stories of courage and faith, Tuhfat al-Mujahidin by Shaykh Zainuddin Makhdoom, a powerful chronicle from the 16th century Malabar. To understand Tuhfat al-Mujahidin, we first need to understand the man behind it, Shaykh Zainuddin Makhdoom. He lived in Kerala on the lush Malabar coast of South India during the 16th century, a time when the waves of Indian Ocean carried not only merchants and spies but also soldiers and empires. Sheikh Zainuddin was more than a scholar. He was a guide, a thinker, and a witness to the world being transformed by foreign powers. When the Portuguese arrived on the shore, they didn't just seek trade, they sought control. In this moment of tension and resistance, Sheikh Zainuddin took up his pen and wrote Tuhfat al-Mujahidin, literally glory to the victory of martyrs. Written around 1580s, probably after 1583, this work offers one of the earliest and most insightful accounts of how the Zamorin of Calicut and their naval chiefs, the Kunjali, fought to defend their land, their people, and their faith. But what makes this book truly special is the vision behind it. Sheikh Zainuddin wasn't just recording battles, he was interpreting a struggle. He saw in it an ideal of resistance, a defense not only of territory but of moral and spiritual integrity. In many ways, he became the first historian from Kerala to frame the local fight against Portuguese expansion as part of a much greater story, one of justice, unity, and identity in face of the colonial power.
The Muslim warrior and the Nair troops of the Zamorin together besieged the Portuguese fort. Muslims from many parts of the country converged in Calicut with a zeal of wagging holy war in the path of Allah. Then, the Zamorin himself arrived. By that time, the Portuguese had run out of provisions in the fort and they had no hope of getting fresh supplies of provisions from outside either. The Portuguese, in despair, burrowed the rear part of the fort unseen from outside and moved all their valuable to their ships and escaped. This took place in the year 932 R. 1525 AD.
This extract describes a significant episode of resistance on the Malabar Coast in 1525, when Muslim warriors and the Nair troops of Zamorin of Calicut joined forces to besiege a Portuguese fort. This passage highlights both the military and spiritual dimension of this struggle. Makhdoom presents the Muslim participation as a jihad, a sacred struggle in defense of faith and sovereignty against European invaders who sought to dominate the Indian Ocean trade and impose their power. The cooperation between Muslim and Hindu Nairs under Zamorin's leadership reveals the formation of pragmatic alliances that transcend religious division in the face of a shared colonial threat. The tone of the narrative is both historical and moralizing. While recording a concrete event, Makhdoom interprets it as a proof of divine favor towards those fighting for justice. The Portuguese retreat is depicted as both a tactical victory and a spiritual triumph. Overall, this passage encapsulates the broader message of Tuhfat al-Mujahidin, a work that blends local history, religious ideology, and an early form of anti-colonial consciousness in the 16th century South Asia. To understand the significance of this book, we need to look at the history of the time. The Portuguese arrived to India at the end of the 15th century, led by Vasco da Gama. They quickly established trading posts and forts along the western coast of India, including Malabar Coast, which was known as a valuable spice trade, especially pepper. But their arrival was not peaceful. The Portuguese sought to control trade and impose their rule, often using violence. This disrupted the local societies, especially the Muslim trading communities, who had long dominated Indian Ocean commerce. Tuhfat al-Mujahidin is one of the earliest first-hand accounts describing the conflicts between Portuguese colonizers and Muslim resistance fighters on the Malabar Coast. The book gives detailed description of battles, alliances, and socio-political dynamics of the time. Importantly, it's written from the perspective of the colonized, which is rare for historical texts of the period. Many histories were written by Europeans. This makes it an invaluable source of understanding the impact of colonialism on South Asia from a native viewpoint. The legacy of Tuhfat al-Mujahidin goes beyond history. It's a symbol of resistance and identity for many communities in Kerala and beyond. It helps historians piece together the complex interactions between Europeans and South Asians and sheds light on a broader history of colonialism in the Indian Ocean world. If you're interested in South Asian history, this book is a key text that reveals how local people actively shaped their history rather than being passive victims of colonization. If you love uncovering stories from the past and understanding the rich, complicated history of South Asia, Tuhfat al-Mujahidin is a fascinating place to start. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious. Take care. Bye.